It's Sunday morning on CBS, and here again is Jane Pauley.
That famous fedora and whip helped make Harrison Ford one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. Now, at the age of 80, he's bringing Indy back while taking on a new TV series. Ben Mankiewicz catches up with the legendary Harrison Ford.
Come here, Coop.
Walking with Harrison Ford and his horse Cooper, you'd think he's been riding all his life.
Somebody sent me up to a casting guy at Columbia Pictures. First question he asked me is, could you ride a horse? I said, sure, yes, sir. He said, can you speak Spanish? I said, yes, sir.
And could you do either?
No, I certainly couldn't ride a horse, and I certainly couldn't speak Spanish.
I love actors.
But I could lie. And that was the main talent of an actor.
Riding came when he left Hollywood and moved here 40 years ago to Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
I think I know the answer, but why'd you want to get out of LA?
Because it's LA, and it's a city, and I don't have to be there for work, so might as well enjoy a different kind of life.
You attack my family, it's going to be the last thing you ever do.
4 decades later, Art is once again imitating life.
Jacob, you can't start a range war.
Range war's already started.
This big-time movie actor is starring in a TV series, and it's being made in Wyoming's neighbor to the north, Montana.
Tell the world what happens when they cross me.
The role comes from the creator of the hit show Yellowstone, Taylor Sheridan, for his new prequel series, 1923, which is now streaming on our sister service, Paramount Plus. Sheridan wrote the lead character specifically for Harrison Ford.
I was knocked out when I got the scripts. The ambition and the bold storytelling, it's audacious.
Ready, and action.
1923 is a complicated show. 1 part moving, 2 parts brutal. It's the story of the American West in the aftermath of World War I. Ford plays Jacob Dutton, a rancher and distant relative to Kevin Costner's character in Yellowstone. Jacob's wife,
men kill quick,
is another movie star, Helen Mirren.
But their fight is with me, and I kill much slower.
Helen was a big part of the lure of it all for me.
If you try to jump from that horse and run, you're going to break something.
Because as much as we're telling the story of the condition of the West at that particular time, there's also a very important central relationship here between husband and wife. The marriage that we're portraying is one of deep, deep, complex partnership between these two people.
The series is being produced old school, on location, no CGI, and no relief from the elements.
That wind blowing up our skirts is a real wind. We were standing out there doing a scene, and the wind was howling. With the wind chill factor, it was 21 below zero. It was real.
Ford has long valued being real.
Paging Mr. Ellis.
There's even a hint of it in a story from his 1966 movie debut called Dead Heat on a Merry-Go-Round.
Robert Ellis, room 72.
No, sir. Charles Ellis. Room 607.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
The day after that scene, the producer called Ford into his office.
He said, saw the dailies from yesterday. You're never going to make it in this business. You're wasting your time.
Then the producer told Ford that years earlier, a young Tony Curtis had played a grocery delivery boy and did it with such presence that everyone said, now that's a movie star.
And I leaned across the desk and I said, I thought you were supposed to think that that was a grocery delivery boy. He said, get the out of here.
You were charming people right from the start, Harrison.
Yep. Both strap yourselves in. I'm going to make the jump to light speed.
Even when he's playing make-believe in a galaxy far, far away, or outrunning boulders in the Peruvian jungle, or hunting replicants in futuristic Los Angeles, there's something grounded in Ford's characters.
There's a genuine quality to the characters you play, which is clearly, at this point, not an accident.
Well, I think I've gravitated towards those roles in which I play an ordinary person in extraordinary circumstances.
Put that gun down!
Who finds themselves perhaps behaving in a way they hadn't anticipated it. And I think that's part of the romance of movies, is that you can find your place on screen. You can find a character that feels like you. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an emotional connection to the audience. I don't want to put bull in the way.
Yeah.
Oh, Cooper.
At 80 years old, Ford has been as busy as possible over the last 2 years. Work has kept him away from his home and his family.
I got 2 projects that were so well written. One, a comedy.
My home is my fortress of solitude.
Fortress of Solitude should be the name of your memoir.
Doing for Apple, half-hour comedy, which I never got to do.
I'm never going to tell you the name of my memoir.
Very spicy today.
Well, he's mad because I said memoir, and clearly it's
Memoir.
That would make a lot of people mad.
Yeah. This is my peepaw, and this is my memoir.
And then this, 1923.
In and amongst the 2 shows, you're making the 5th.
Well, I made the 5th Indiana Jones movie. Now I've got to go support its release.
Movies like Raiders of the Lost Ark and all its sequels made Ford rich and famous. But when he was a young actor in college, he didn't dream of fame. He just wanted to work.
So I imagined what the life of an actor was. You work for a discrete period of time with a group of people you've never met before, and you make something, and you work your way through that, and then you put different lives. I have lived many different lives.
Not all those lives suit him. He has long struggled with the famous part. It's a big reason why he left LA for Wyoming.
You said some really interesting things about, there's nothing good about being famous. You always think if I'm successful, then I'll have opportunities. You never figure the cost of fame will be a total loss of privacy. It's incalculable.
Better word would be, instead of privacy, would be anonymity.
Yeah.
Anonymity. To walk through, the world without the world watching you. I mean, it caught me by surprise and really threw me for a while. I was really uncomfortable because people would say, "Oh, there's that guy."
Right. It's not the coming up to you and asking you for an autograph.
Oh, no.
It's the watch. It's knowing that you're eating, walking.
It's knowing, yeah. The natural instinct of an actor is to be interested in human behavior. So you're a people watcher. Why are they looking at me, for Christ's sake? Why are the people watching me? Are they going to feed me now? Am I in a zoo?
None of that is disrespect for the fans or anything. It's just a discomfort.
No, I'm so grateful for the life they've given me, the opportunities they've given me, and I work for them. I really feel that way. They support my Jones, my habit.
And what is that habit?
Telling stories.
If acting is Harrison Ford's habit, it is not one he's looking to break. He's recently signed on to join the Marvel Universe in a new Captain America movie.
Doesn't sound like you're a guy thinking about calling it quits.
No, but I'm not going to repeat what's gone on the last year.
You might slow down, take a few months off, but you like this job.
Yeah. I like my job.